to me to look to say, hey man, from acting, or I could sit down here and have an interview with you, and there will be another 1,000 people that are going to become aware of me and what I do. It's a blessing, right? For where I come from, it's a blessing, and I lost that way for a long time, Jim, and I'm getting back to it. It's the being thankful, being grateful for what's about to come.
Hmm.
Because if that's the case, is the present moment becomes more pleasant to deal with.
What changed that you became, you realized you wanted to be grateful?
I mean, I've done a lot of ayahuasca work, and
Oh,
that's a different subject.
oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yes.
Okay. A lot of
And
ayahuasca,
a lot,
like more than one or two or three times.
about 20 times. Actually, exactly 20.
Dude, that scares me. Really?
Yeah. And so it
Okay.
was it was great. It was the greatest love I have ever experienced, to be honest with you. The mother's
Wow.
love and this love and the women's
Okay.
love. But
Where do you go to do ayahuasca? Peru
I've
or?
worked with these shamans who there were scientists before from Germany, and a friend of mine from New York. They've lived in Peru, and instead of drinking the whole uh, uh, chunk of it, what you do is that they divided the DMT from the brew. And so you do two shots after 10 and 15 minutes of each, and they connect. And then you have, the experience.
And it really works for you. You don't get sick and freak
You
out
want
and
to get sick. The whole thing about sickness, I think, is this thing, misconceptions that people have, is that they don't want to get sick in front of people. But what it is that you don't throw up food. You're actually just releasing what's been holding on to you for generations sometimes,
wow.
whether it's a karmic things or whatever it is. So it actually is in the form of a liquid, but it's actually leaving your body. So afterwards, you feel very, very loose and very great about it. So you want to get sick if that's what you want to
But
call
you're
it. Anyway,
not, when you say you've done it 20 times, you're not supposed to do it too often, right? So
you are actually at the
you
beginning
are
of it,
supposed to do it.
you're supposed to do 3 or 4 to 5 times at the very first, like every day, because then you could clear up and get to the karmic, genetic karmic stuff, which is different conversation.
There's some Persian mom or dad listening somewhere that's going to be writing a very angry letter saying, our kid wants to do ayahuasca now because Armin
No,
said it was.
to just defend it, not to defend it, but to just be very lucid about it, is that the Freudian concept of that you could actually by talking you could heal a part of your
Right,
life
right.
is I think is a total fallacy, because what you're doing, you're creating more of that. So you even go with the Buddhist concept of samsara, which is creating the same experience that you have, but this time you make a different decision because you're more aware. And I feel like that with psychedelic, or I would say ayahuasca, you have a moment to be able to experience that again, and this time release it for good. So I feel like the psychedelic works better than therapy, talk therapy. But
Well,
anyway,
I mean, looking at you, you look great. So that you're a good spokesperson for it so far. Anyway,
call me 1-800-9999 ayahuasca.
1-800 ayahuasca, armydayahuasca.com.